Welcome to the best time of the month. It is time for the top 10 albums of October 2021. Where's time going? It's almost Christmas. It's almost time for those beautiful Christmas songs. Yeah, I fucking can't wait. But no, before we get to that, we got Spooktober, and we're going to talk about my favourite albums from the month. Now, this is a stacked fucking month. This is one of the hardest months I've ever had to do this. And I want your guys' input as well, so put down below. What's your favourite albums from October 2021? What albums did you love? What albums did you hate? Because I'm sure everyone's is going to be different. So let's just dig in with my number 10 spot. My number 10 spot is Ward of Roses by Silver. I love the artwork on this one, the kind of flowery-esque artwork. It's kind of like my painting up there. I really enjoyed this album a lot. It's black and death, but with kind of like a melodic edge to it, because there's singing in it as well. Yeah, black and death, but there's fucking singing in it. It kind of reminds me of like a black version of Nihilivascaris, with the singing in between. Really did enjoy this album a lot. The freshness of it, the duality between the singing and the harsh vocals on here. It's bleak, it's evil, but it's also beautiful. The vocals, the singing ones are great, but the shrieks are fucking insane. The black metal shrieking is on here, and it's in full force. I goddamn love it. But I just love the duality between the shrieks and the clean singing. So this one came out of left field. Broke my jaw off. My jaw's like flying into the stratosphere. Bye. And this album just, left me speechless. So it's got to come here at number 10. Speaking of an album that left me speechless, Trivium's In the Court of the Dragon. Oh my god. In the Court of the Dragon by Trivium definitely blindsided me. I did not see this coming. I thought What the Dead Men Say was fine. It was a fine album. Didn't expect much from this one, but oh boy, it was fucking good. Like, from the artwork, I should have known it was going to be good. The whole beautiful painting of the dragon, and the warriors fighting like a gladiatorial arena. Love it. Love the concept of it, all about like their own kind of mythology. It's great. And the songs on here, like A Sword Over Damocles. Oh my god, that song has been stuck in my head for a while. Feast of Fire, yeah. Yeah, the Phalanx, this album's been on repeat. It could be higher on this list, to be honest, but for the moment, it's coming here. Trivium, In the Court of the Dragon. Fucking hell, one of the most surprising albums of the year. Gotta make it into my top 10 of the month. That's crazy. Next up, we got another big hitter. Fucking Mastodon. And it's Hushden Grim. Now, this one, the singles came out, and I was like, these are pretty good. These are pretty good. We'll temper our expectations for the fucking album, though. I thought the singles were way better than the ones on Emperor of Sand and on Once More Around the Sun. And I think this album's better than both of those albums. I really do. I think it's better than both of those albums. The singing part's beautiful. The screaming parts remind me back of like Leviathan days, Remission days. I fucking love that shit. When it reminds me of something like Leviathan, which is one of my favourite albums, you know I love my whalecore, then it's got to be good. And this album definitely does. It's like a mixture of all the eras in one, and for that, I really enjoyed it. Hushden Grim by Mastodon. I love it. It's going to come here. Ooh, we're getting some black metal, and this is some war-y black metal. We're going into the trenches. That's not even words, Krusty. We're going into the trenches, and we're going to fight some fucking undead soldiers. 1914. It's fast, aggressive, demonic at times. It sets the scene, it sets an atmosphere, and it's a bleak atmosphere filled with dread, warfare, and just intensity. It's pretty intense. 1914 are a pretty intense band, and they definitely showcase that here as well. Definitely give 1914 a listen, because it'll knock your helmet off. Oh boy, here we go. Whitechapel with Kin. Oh my god, what is a deathcore album doing higher than Mastodon, Trivium, and a black metal album? 2 black metal albums. Oh my god, you've gone insane. Listen up. Here's a story about a little guy called Krusty. He got into Whitechapel, into deathcore through the previous album, The Valley. That was my entrance into deathcore, and I fucking loved it. And in turn, I love Kin. It's on that same trajectory, and I love the singing. I love his clean singing. It's so goddamn good. The melodies are amazing. It's the most unique deathcore I've ever heard in my life. It's the band that broke me into the genre for better or worse. I think for better because it broadens the horizon. But this album, man, Lost Boy, as soon as that came out, I was like, this album's going to be something special. No boy, was it. It's going to be probably on my end of the year list. I adore this album, to be honest. All the songs in it hit, and they hit fucking hard. The melodies are infectious, the screams are amazing, the singing's beautiful. Kin's just a flawless deathcore album, and I gotta give it some credit, so I've gotta put it here, and pretty high on my list. Next up is Worm with Foreverglade. This is some filthy, nasty, dirty death doom for your bumhole. And oh boy, it's fucking infectious. This is grimy as fuck. This is like the grimiest death doom album of the year. Is it the best? Some people are saying it's the best. It may well could be. It may well be, but Hooded Menace is the best. But this one's second place, which is still pretty good. Yeah, the vocals just exactly how you'd expect, but the riffs on here fucking gnarly, just earworms, no pun intended. This is just a grimy, filthy time, and I love it, and I just want to, like, slap all the mud on and roll around like a little pig in a mud blanket. It's fucking sick. Here we come to Bellacor with Coherence. I thought this was going to be number one. It's still in the top, still in the top list. Quite high as well, because I loved it. Don't quite love it as much as Vessels or as Stone's Reach. But we'll do a ranking for them. But again, it's Belakor. They do no wrong, and this album is amazing. The one thing I don't like about the album is the fact that the first song is like a 10-minute epic, then it goes to a 1-minute song. They should swap that. They should definitely start with a 1-minute song and then go into the epic, because it feels a bit disjointed. That's my only criticism with it. The songs themselves kick ass. This proggy mellow death kind. If you like Insomnium, you're gonna like Bellacor. Australian masters of the craft, and they are more prog than Melodeath, in my opinion. Definitely more prog than Melodeath, but it has that same kind of Melodeath, growl that you love from like Insomnium. That's probably the band that I'd compare them most to. This album definitely exceeded my expectations. I thought it was going to be good. It turned out to be great. Not my favourite, but still great. So I've got to give it some love onto this list, and I'll always, love Bellacor, so whenever they drop an album, it's probably going to be on this list. 3 left, and number 3 is Gloosh. That's right, Gloosh, which is a black metal band. Of course, we're going to have some black metal high at number 3, and this one is probably the first album I heard of this month. And it stuck with me all this time, so it's goddamn good. It's very atmospheric, it's very melodic, it's very good. It's a very good album. From the album cover, it's going to be like you're kind of walking through a dark, dingy cave, but it's kind of colourful. It's dark, but there's still some colour in there. And that's what you get with this album. It's a dark but colourful album. Again, the vocals are on point. The musicianship is amazing. And I keep revisiting this album. And it was the first one I heard of the month. So, it's got to be here on this list. And it's coming here at number 3. Go check it out if you've never heard of Gloosh before. They're a fantastic band, and this album is just one of the best of the month, so it's gotta be here. Number 2 now, and I always forget this one, so let's read it out. Woven of Serpents' Spines by Wolfgarden. Oh yeah. This one, I don't know if anyone's actually heard this one before, but if you have, give yourself a gold star, because it's one of the best of the fucking month. Atmospheric black metal. It's one of my favourite genres, so I'm gonna love it. It's quite folky, the songs are long, a lot of them like 10 minutes or more. The screams are just harrowing, but of course it's, it's offset with that beauty as well, because it's folky atmo black. So it's got to be beautiful and bleak, not just bleak all the way through, like 1914 is. This has some beauty in within, and I love the passages in here, I love the vocals in it. It's long, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's one of my favourites of the month, and I thought it was going to be number 1. I really thought it was going to be number 1. Another album came and just swiped the legs out from under it. And that album is Existence is Futile by Cradle of Filth. Yeah, Cradle of Filth is my number 1 of the month. I love Cradle of Filth, one of the first bands I ever got into. So maybe it's a cliche pick me putting it here, but I don't think I would have put Cryptorania as my number one of the month when it came out, and same as Harrow of the Witches, which I still love both those albums, but this one's just better than both of them put together. Holy fuck, I love this album. Every song's catchy, every song's memorable, the choruses in every single song are just stuck in my head. Uzdark, invincible, Uzdark, invincible, existential terror. So good. So good. Every song is amazing. Pity the poor creatures that suffer a dominion. I love Existence is Futile. I did a review on it recently, and I gave it a pretty fucking high score. So you know it was going to be number one in a month, and it's still my favourite. So that is my top 10 of October 2021. Let me know down below, did you agree with my list? Did you disagree? What albums are your favourites of the month? Let me know, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.